So first, my name is Karin Habshi, and I'm going to give you the Science and Technology of Energy course. This course involves a lot of research, a lot of technologies that are used nowadays, and hopefully you will enjoy it. You will do a project on one topic that you can select related to energy. Also, I will suggest for you several topics, so you can select one of these topics. To start with, we will go briefly over the syllabus. Then we will see how Moodle will provide you with different tools to help you in this course. So to start with, let us go over the course syllabus. So first, this course covers fundamental principles underlying the generation, storage, and delivery of energy. So we will focus mainly on renewable energy in the second part of this course. In the first part, we'll study the science of energy, the physics of energy. We'll do some review of thermodynamics, heat transfer, fluid mechanics. So if you want, this course will be like a summary of all what you know before. I know that maybe some of you doesn't have a mechanical engineering background. Don't worry about this. I will do my best to simplify things for you. So we'll tackle the physics without going deep into details. So we'll repeat in each chapter, we'll repeat all concepts needed to be covered in this course. Okay. I want to know first your background. So after we finish, I want to know your names, what is your specialty. But in general, the course is intended to be available for not only engineers. So sometimes we have maybe different backgrounds like law or economy that take this course. So we'll try our best to simplify things for you. Now, this course will introduce variable techniques of energy production, including fossil fuels. So we'll start first by, as I said, introducing sciences that are related to energy and help us to know how to convert energy from one form to the other form. We'll see that fossil fuels were one of the main sources of energy, and until now we are using them, but because of their very harmful effect on the environment, and because also of the shortage of fuels in the world, we start to think about other sources which are much available, free to use, and that are not harmful to the environment, which are renewable energies. So renewable energies will go over together solar energy, wind power, hydropower, etc. So in this course, we'll discuss also energy storage techniques. So it's true that we have a lot of energy, but how to use it? And sometimes if we have excess of it, how to store it? So we'll discuss these strategies, and we will address the environmental and economical impact of energy generation and delivery. So at the end of this course, we will go over a chapter on economical analysis. So let's say an engineer will suggest a project to save energy, but we'll see if this project is economically viable or not. What we mean by this, any project will need a certain initial investment. So we should study the balance of initial costs and operational and maintenance costs during the lifetime of the project. And on the other hand, we should account for the benefits that we'll take from it. And of course, we should take into consideration the time effect, because you know that the value of money is not stable, it's changing with time. So you can take as example our dear country, Lebanon. So what happened is we really show that we cannot rely a lot on the future. We should always take into consideration risks that can happen. So all of this will be tackled in the final chapter, which is an economical analysis of any engineering project that we suggest. Now, in addition, we will cover all of these subjects with students with different backgrounds in sciences, engineering, and maybe outside of engineering. And we would like to also see what are the main trend of research today for use of energy, like the use of photovoltaic cells. So if you read, for example, some research on photovoltaic cells, you can see how much this field has been improved, because at the beginning, when we discovered photovoltaic cells, the price was very high and it was not viable economically. And this project was not viable because we have a large cost. We have also some deficiency if we have high temperatures. So to be viable, we needed to develop this field, to come up with new techniques that make it make the lifetime higher, to have a lower payback period, to minimize the initial cost so that it can be implemented in real life. Also, we'll see a lot of contribution done in wind power, in batteries, in nuclear power. Nuclear power also is a very interesting field, but we have, of course, the safety issues in this field. So we will try to go over these different topics in this course. Now, in general, the prerequisites are basic physics, introduction to thermal and fluid science, and basic calculus and basic computer programming. Now, as I told you, I try also, because we have different backgrounds, to remind you always of all of concepts that you should know before. So everything you need in this course will be reintroduced and re-explained. Now, I will provide you with PDFs for each chapter. So the material, all the material needed for this course will be provided on Moodle. But in case you like to have extra readings, you have a lot of textbooks where you can take references from. So the main textbook is John Andrews and Nikki Gelly for Energy Science, Principles, Technologies, and Impact. You can also refer for additional information in fundamentals of renewable energy processes, solar engineering of thermal processes, renewable energy resources, etc. So you can access different references if you need to know extra information about the material. Now, hopefully, at the end of this course, you will be provided with the fundamental scientific principles that govern the generation of energy and its use in modern society. Also, will introduce you to a different way of generating, storing, and delivering energy. You will develop an appreciation of the environmental and economical issues that need to be addressed when we use energy in our life. And hopefully also through the project, you'll be introduced to the way of writing a... Yeah? Sorry, do you have a question? Okay. So also through the project, you'll be introduced to how to write a scientific article, because in the project we'll present, let's say, a part of a scientific article where we'll do a literature review on a research topic, and we'll do a methodology section where we describe the different methods already used in literature in the topic you selected and how we can improve it, for example. So it will be helpful for graduate students also, or for students that are planning to continue their master studies. Now, concerning the chapters involved, we have 8 chapters. We have Introduction to Energy Science, which will introduce you to the different sources of energy and what we'll do in this course. We have chapter 2 is a theoretical chapter on thermal energy. Then we'll introduce energy from fossil fuels. We'll go over the essential fluid mechanics for energy conversion, hydropower, wave power, etc. And as we said, we'll go over renewable energies like wind power, solar energy, and also hydropower, of course, is one type of renewable energy. And the final chapter will be on economical analysis, so it's the life cycle cost. Now, the outcomes of this course. So hopefully at the end of this course, you will have a clear understanding of the different ways of energy production and their environmental effects. We'll design to a system for energy generation and analyze its benefits. So in the project, you cannot come up with an original idea to suggest a certain improvement on existing systems and study the limitations and economic implications of your proposition. And hopefully you'll have a basic knowledge of energy storage and delivery methods and their associated economic and technical constraints when used in real life. Now, I will go through Moodle. So you already have the course available on Moodle. This course on Moodle is divided into several sections. So to start with, you have at the beginning several topics that are of interest and that you can do your project on. So in general, we start with the project from the beginning of the year. So I just introduced for you the different topics. If you wish to do something else, it's fine. Just you should propose to me the topic so I can see if it's convenient for the course. And if yes, of course, you can do it. So here, for example, you have several topics that you can work on. Let's say, for example, you have the climate change in the Arctic. You know that climate change is a very important topic and it's affecting a lot our Earth planet. So, and why it's related to energy, because when we are using like fossil fuel techniques or other techniques that lead to high productions of CO2 and greenhouse gases emission, these gases will affect our atmosphere and will really lead to increase in temperature with time. So we'll study this in this course and how we can limit it, how we can reduce it. For example, you have an interesting topic like electricity generation from footsteps. So you can convert the mechanical energy of motion into electrical energy. So this is an interesting topic. You have, for example, oil companies investing in windmills. So this topic, for example, will combine economical analysis and renewable energy. Hyperloop transportation. Hyperloop is a very interesting mode of transportation that is very fast and that is economic. If we are, yeah, now we are developing this technology. It's not yet used, but it's under development. And I think it will have a very important future. So here you can go, I advise you to go over these different topics. You can read. So if you enter the link, you will have a small paragraph or a certain paper that will tell you more about the topic. So if you feel you are interested in it, you can just message me and tell me I want to work on this project. Okay, so please try to form groups of 2 persons and select your topic as soon as possible, because in this way you will have more time to work on your project. Okay, and after maybe 1 month or 1 month and a half, we'll start to do the project presentations for each group. Now, what are other sections on Moodle? So first, of course, you have the course syllabus that we went over today. You have also the course material. So you have for each chapter a PowerPoint, and also you have this PowerPoint is with voiceover. So you have already the explanation with the PowerPoint. In case also, in addition to this, if you don't like to just hear voice over PowerPoint, you prefer a video, I will also provide you with a YouTube playlist. In this YouTube playlist, you have all recordings for the whole material. So these are pre-recorded lectures. And because I found that they were very well done and students ask a lot, so you have nearly all possible questions in these videos. So it will be of benefit to watch them again. Okay, so you can access the recorded PowerPoint, and also you can access directly the explained material through videos through the YouTube playlist. Now, also, you will see that because each chapter will tackle different ideas, I find sometimes that some YouTube videos can be helpful to understand some concepts. So for each chapter, I propose some YouTube links that will help you into understanding the material. Now, in the problem section, you have to we have problems to practice on the chapters. Not all chapters will involve problems, because some of the chapters are more, if you want, will give you information about energy, but other chapters will implement physics principles, and we need to practice on them. So you have problems in these different chapters. And also, to help you practice more, you have assignments with their solutions, so you can practice more problems on these chapters. So this is, in summary, the model content. Okay. And now I want to know your names and your background, please. So if you can start, let me see your names here. So I will go over your names, and each one will tell me what is the field he's studying with and why you decided to take this course. I will start with Maurice.
Professor, just a quick question before we start.
Yes,
for
sure.
the rest of the semester, will the sessions be online as well?
Look, it's up to you. I don't mind. This course was very, if you want, efficient online, because first, it's a practical course. It's not like if you want undergraduate courses like fluids and dynamics. So it's possible to do it online. In general, the experience was very good online. It's up to you. If you prefer to take it on campus, I don't mind.
I personally agree with you. I would rather it stays online. I think,
so
as you said, it would be best.
We can try, if you want. We can try in a first step to start it online, as I was used to do in the previous years. And if you find everything good, we can stay online. If not, we can go back to campus. So it's up to you.
Okay.
But maybe
Sounds
because
good.
the timing of the course is really bad. No, it's very late. So this is why maybe the majority prefer it to be online.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, we can discuss this. So we can try as a first week to use the online procedure. If you find any problem, just you tell me, and we can go back to campus whenever you want.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So I will start with Maurice.
Yes. So I'm a fourth-year mechanical engineering student. I took this course because I'm interested in the energy field, and I had previously taken MEC 674, which also has to do with energy, but the more economical side. So I thought this would be a nice follow-up on that course.
Okay, thank you, Maurice. Sharbel?
Yes, hello. As Maurice said, I have like the same situation. It's because of the energy. It's probably like everybody took it as a inside major technical elective, and I think we all prefer energy studies over like fluids or whatever other mechanical stuff. And I'm also a fourth year mechanical engineering student, and this is my last semester at AUB as well.
Okay, thank you, Sharbel. Diana?
Hello everybody. I don't know where to start. So I'm a 1992 graduate from Social and Behavioral Sciences Department at AUB. Yes, pretty old.
Nice.
I came back. Simply because since 2011 I have been heavily involved in work-wise on the other side of the energy portfolio, on the governance of the energy. I've been quite adamant at making sure that oil companies are held to account in several countries, including Lebanon. So I work on the other governance aspect of it. Recently, I decided to come back for the master's. Fingers crossed, I'll put my brains to the test. But I write a lot about energy issues. I'm quite vocal about when it comes to transparency and accountability and the rights of people to have a just an equitable benefit from the energy sector. Just transition and energy transition are now core and part and parcel of what I'm, attached to and advocating for. So I'm very happy to be here. So inshallah, hopefully,
and we are very happy to have you. So we will benefit from your experience, hopefully.
Habibti, thank you so much.
Okay, Hassan.
Yes, Professor. I'm also fourth year mechanical engineering, and I'm also interested in the energy field. That's why I took this course.
Okay, Hassan, thank you. Ibrahim?
Thank
you. Yes, I'm a fourth year mechanical engineering student. I'm taking this course as a technical inside major, and I'm taking it because I want to have more insight in energy studies.
Okay, thank you. Hassan Balloud.
Professor, I just
okay, sorry, Hassan. Okay, yeah, it's fine because names are rearranging. It's fine. Okay, Joe Mkarzel.
Hello, I'm Joe Mkarzel, a fourth year mechanical engineering student, and I'm interested in renewable energy since we should act on it before it's too late. So yes, I would like to know more about these things.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Kamal?
Hello, yes, I'm also a senior mechanical engineering student. I'm interested in the energy field mostly for masters, in my masters. So I want to get introduced to it before applying to programs.
Okay, Kamal, thank you. Karim Abdo.
Hello, Professor. I'm also a fourth year engineering and economics student, and I'm passionate about sustainability in all of its aspects, especially the technical environmental one. So I'm really looking forward.
Okay, thank you. Lynn?
Hi, Professor. I'm also a fourth year mechanical engineering student, and I took it because, like Mujib said, when I took Mech 674, I found that the energy sector interests me. So I decided to strengthen my knowledge and take this course as well.
So the majority is mechanical engineers here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Majd?
Good evening. Hello, doctor. I
Hello.
am a fourth year also mechanical engineering student, and like everyone said, for repetition, I took Mech 674, and it's a very interesting course. So I would want to follow up.
Okay, thank you. Omar Ghalayini. Omar, do you hear me?
Yes, Professor, sorry. Omar Ghalayini, mechanical engineering, fourth year. As you mentioned earlier, there's a big turnover regarding energy sources in the world, especially that gasoline and fossil fuels are limited. So I think anything you do in the future requires energy, and if you don't have like a reliable source, it's problematic. So that's why I'm interested in the course.
Okay, thank you. Omar Najia.
Hello, I'm also a fourth year mechanical engineer. As they said, I took Mech 674 and it was interesting, so I decided to take my technical course also, energy.
Okay, Omar. Patrick? Patrick, do you hear me? Rami Abdo.
Hello, doctor.
Hello.
So I'm a senior mechanical engineering student, and I took this course because I'm interested in this field, and I'm willing to do my master's focusing on this topic.
Okay, thank you. Patrick, you are with us? I think Roland, we still have Roland.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, Roland.
Yes. I took this course because I'm interested in engineering, and I would like to pursue masters in this field. So I'm getting a bit of a taste of it now.
Okay, thank you. Do we still have anyone?
Professor, I have a question.
Yeah.
Regarding the sessions.
Yes.
Is a typical session 2 hours and a half, or how long is a
No, look, what I did, yes, I know that 2 hours and a half successive is really challenging. It's not very practical. This is why before, when I used to give this course, it wasn't, it was divided into 2 parts. So I have all recordings. So what I'm planning to do, because these recordings were very helpful, and from my experience with other students, when they were able to watch them at a time that is convenient for them, what I do is I assign for you certain lectures during the week. So you can divide these 2 hours and a half, let's say, 1 hour for 3 days. You just watch 1 hour, and during the session it's open for your question. So you ask your questions on these lectures. We can solve extra problems together, so we'll not need to take the 2 hours and a half, of course. Okay. And also I created the WhatsApp group for the purpose that maybe when you are studying directly, if you wish to directly ask your questions, you can do it. No need to wait for the live session. So when you go over these videos and you find any difficulty, you stop and you just send me a voice message. I will answer your question. So in this way, I think it will be efficient and it will be flexible with your time, because some of you maybe work, others maybe due to electricity and connection problems, maybe during the class time you might have an issue, you cannot attend, etc. So to take into consideration all of these, this is the strategy I'm using in this course in general.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So it's basically self-paced, is in case. So you don't need to attend the lecture unless you have questions, right?
Exactly. And also we can discuss during the lectures. And also I did this to have more time for the project, because we will do project presentations during class time. So in this way, before I was not able to do this because the course material will take nearly, with problems, you will take nearly the full time. So to have time to discuss your projects and to do the presentation, so you can benefit from ideas of each other, we'll do this. So after nearly 1 month and a half, we'll start to do the presentations. You will ask questions for your colleagues, and in this way you will see that these topics will be related to the course in a certain way, so it will be also a real application for the course material. Any other question?
Okay.
Sorry, the PowerPoints on Moodle are the recorded lectures?
Look, the PowerPoints on Moodle are the PowerPoints I deliver for you as material, and you have recordings voice over these PowerPoints. But in general, from my experience, students prefer the videos. So in the videos, I re-explain everything with more details, plus with I answer questions of students. So in the videos, you will find the same content, more elaborated, with more details. Plus, also you will have practical problems with their explanations.
Okay, thank you.
I will post today for you the YouTube playlist, okay, and with the recording of this session. So all live sessions will be recorded. So the questions you ask will be available for you if you want to rewatch the videos, plus all previous videos. And as I told you, for each week we assign certain videos to go over. And you can directly ask your questions through WhatsApp, or you can keep them and ask them during the live session. It's up to you. The way you find comfortable, we can do.
Okay, perfect.
Professor?
Yeah.
I think I missed this point, but did you mention how the grade distribution?
For the grade distribution, in general, we have for the, sometimes I will play a little bit with the grade distribution in your favor, but in general, it's nearly 30% for the midterm, 30% for the project, and 30% and 40% for the final. Sometimes if you did very well the project or you did very well the final, I can shift a little bit the percentages in your favor.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions? So I sent you nearly from 1 hour a link for the WhatsApp group. Please join it, and we can discuss all issues related to the course on this group. And if you have any private questions, you can send me private messages on WhatsApp. So please, for this week, I want you to try to think about a topic that is interesting for you related to what we talked about. So if you are interested in some type of renewable energies, so even, for example, in solar energy, you have different tracks. So you have the photovoltaic cells, you have the solar heating systems, etc. So, and also if you can suggest new ideas, as I told you. So just try for this week to decide about the groups you want to form. I suggest to have groups of 2, but in case you prefer to work on your own, it's fine for me. So it's, and of course, it's an extra credit for you if you do it on your own. But sometimes groups can simplify things for you. So you can form groups of 2 and for the project. Maximum 3, but if it's 3 students per group, I expect that the deliverable will be much better, and you will have a longer report and a longer presentation, etc. Let me check the chats. Patrick, you said that your mic is not working. Can you can just introduce yourself here if possible in the chat? What is your background mainly? Okay. Yalla, I'm waiting for you. So meanwhile, do you have any extra question? So please, as soon as you decide on the topic, just send me a message on WhatsApp with the names in the group and the topic you decided to select, because we cannot choose 2 groups for the same topic. So I will directly tell you if it's available or not. If it's not available, you should think about another idea. Okay, Patrick, thank you. So I think since the majority of you are engineers, you will really find this course simple, and hopefully you will learn new things, especially related to research and to how to write an article and how to apply your engineering knowledge into the energy, into production of energy, or how to use it and convert it from one form to the other. So basically all of what you learned, like fluid mechanics. So for example, you will use fluid mechanics to understand how we can use the energy of water to transform it into other forms. You will use your knowledge in heat transfer, because any energy process will involve the fundamental processes of heat transfer, like convection, conduction, radiation, etc. So for example, we will see that we can study the greenhouse effects by doing a balance energy for the processes for heat transfers that are taking place between the Earth and the atmosphere. we can expect what will be the Earth's temperature if we don't have this atmosphere that can protect us, etc. You will use thermodynamics to study cycles. So we'll study cycles of gas turbines, cycles of engines, internal combustion engines that will produce energy for us. So all of this background that you have will be helpful for you to understand how we can convert the energy from one phase to the other, and how we can connect different engineering fields as mechanical, electrical, and sometimes civil engineering. Even when you study green buildings, let's say, green buildings is a very important topic that is related to energy. You will see how architects can benefit from the mechanical engineers' experience in order to use these technologies while having a nice architecture for the building. So always we should have interaction between engineers to have a good project.
in Japan في كتير green buildings.
Yeah, it's a very interesting domain, and it's conserving a lot of energy and reducing a lot the costs of electricity, and it will reduce a lot the use of fossil fuels. And of course, for the future, this is what we should use, because we have a lot of shortage in fossil fuels, in addition to the very bad effects on the environment. So we should try to get rid of these techniques that first are costing a lot. You know, if we just take the example of Lebanon, one of the main financial problems of Lebanon is the electricity. So if we were able to implement all of these technologies, then we would have saved a lot. Any question before we stop? Okay, so this is the introduction for today. Next time, hopefully, I will introduce for you how we will, how do you go, what is the outline to go over to do your project, and hopefully you will have already a topic in mind, so you can start to work with your project starting from next week. Thank you guys, and have a good evening.
Thank you, Professor.
Welcome.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Welcome. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.